Kroger. Welcome back to the program. Here we are on Squirrel Road and South Boulevard at a Kroger grocery store on what I must say, an unseasonably cold day. Why are we here? Well, we're going to talk about the Kroger company, maybe take a wander inside. Oh, but first, let's watch this commercial that explains the history of Kroger and its creator, Barney Kroger. And in this commercial, watch out for a special cameo from Miss Gulch, otherwise known as the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. Let's hit it. Well, wasn't that informative? Time to go inside. Maybe pick up some bargains. Let's start off at the front of the store, for a change, with a sort of Kroger toy machine. A claw, move over video games, heaps of stuffed animals in there. Heading inside, we're welcomed by the flower shop. Vegetarian turtle. Their Mexican section. Tortillas? Tonic water, club soda, and ordinary soda, wine, their wine cellar, chilled wine, where's your wine cast? Invented by an Australian. Cornflakes and cornflakes, Cocoa Krispies, Frosted Flakes and Frosted Flakes, Crisp Berry Crunch, or you could just skip straight to the sugar. And everybody's favorite, Barley Plus Toasted Muesli, maple and nuts. Yum. Grown and made in Australia. Reached our Aussie quota for this episode. Woohoo! Chocolate pudding in a box? This is a pretty nice store. I think all Krogers are. The first time I heard about Kroger was because of the great quirky podcast that you must listen to. It's entitled Kroger 583. It's about a Kroger store, funny enough. A Kroger store that once existed in Highland Village, Texas. Hosted by Tim Robinette and Duncan Fetner. I love listening to it when I go to bed because it nods me off to sleep straight away. But subliminally, I think it makes me crave shopping at Kroger, and the evidence would seem to suggest that. Here are some highlights from this decade-old podcast, Kroger 583.
All right, so that brings us to our next segment of Kroger Trivia. Our question to you last week was, in what year was the Kroger Company founded? We actually had a lot of responses this week to our question. I know Jackie and Jordan, my sister, posted an answer as well. Caitlin, Leslie, Jessica, no name from
I believe it's Naname.
Naname,
yeah. And for the first time in a very long time, we've got a new number one cashier in District 7. It appears Floral from 493 came in with 236.2%, and just by looking at these numbers, it's obvious why. Came in with 8 customers, 0.6 items per customer, and 0.0 items per minute. So keep it up, Floral.
Well, I believe Floral is actually floral.
She was on her phone. I listened to her on the phone. She said, "Hello, I'm at Kroger's." Yeah, she made it possessive. That's the number one no. I'm at Kroger's waiting in a line.
All right, for our next segment, we'll be discussing odd customers and strange happenings at Kroger 583.
While I was on my break, I took a little potty break, and I was standing at the urinal doing what I needed to do, and this guy that I've seen him in before, he's never really been overly polite, to say the least. He's probably 75 to 80 years old. He comes up and stands right behind me, probably like a foot behind me, and cleared his throat in my ear 3 times. And and I just ignored him. I was on my break, not that I don't serve on my break, but I was using the restroom, and that he kept clearing his throat in my ear and said, "I'm a customer. I'd like to use this."
Oh my god.
I was totally bewildered. I just kept going.
All right, so that about wraps it up for another Kroger 583 podcast. I'm Tim Robinette.
And I'm Duncan Fettner. Thank you for Kroger.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Here's the water. And vitamin enhanced water beverage. What a great name. Green tea. A bloke hanging a clock behind the chatting ladies. And then he magically disappeared. Where'd he go? Weird. Let's do some recycling. It's like a fingerprint buffer for when you want to evade law enforcement. They've even got bread.
Hey, we're so glad to have you here shopping with us this morning. Kroger, that's our location. We are pleased to have you with us, and if you can't find an item that you're looking for today, please ask one of our lovely associates. They'll be quick. They'll take you to that item that you're looking for today's meal, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or supper. Hey, Kroger Associates, let's have our first huddle.
Uh-oh. The lights are gone off. Must be time to make tracks. It's been a pleasure to shop in your store. And as we drift away into the cold, dark night, we see Kroger as a beacon of light and value. Unless you can find a Woolies or a Coles or a Franklin's, Audi, IGA.
My selection this week is a song made popular by the Geico commercials, starring the caveman. This is a little song from Norway's favorite electronica band, Röyksopp, called Remind Me.